Hey guys, it's Josh, and I'm back with some crazy New York fun, just Josh style. We've got a really great show for you today. I sit down with actor Leslie Jordan, who's starring in the off-Broadway hit Lucky Guy. You may recognize him as the dastardly Beverly Leslie from the hit show Will and Grace, but he came down into our studio and we had a really great chat. I also head down to the Lower East Side to the world-famous Katz's Deli, and I'm going to show you how to make a pastrami sandwich traditional style. But first up, I step into 21 Mercer Nike Sportswear, where the guys down there are going to show me how to customize my very own pair of Nikes. So let's go. Hey everyone, I'm here at 21 Mercer, the Nike sportswear store, and today I'm going to talk to head coach Dave, and he's going to show me all around this super cool store, and especially the customizing program called Bespoke. So tell me what makes this store so special.
This store right here is the flagship sportswear door for Nike. So what we do is we carry men's sportswear here, try to get the best of the best out of the collections globally. So we carry Tokyo stuff here. We have product that's made specifically for the store. And just picking pieces from every pinnacle collection that we offer as a company, but keeping true to sport at the same time.
So what would make the difference between like going to like that huge Nike store up in Midtown and this special store down here?
So down here, like I said, we have some of the more pinnacle collections, such as the apparel, footwear as well. We carry Tier 0 footwear here, which is a more limited release. And we also carry quick strike product and special products. So you might see a shoe that releases only here at 21 Mercer opposed to other Nike stores or other doors.
And explain to us like how this sort of came about out of the sort of Nike brand, because Nike's always been super cool, but this is like cool on the cool.
So we had a lot of products that we were coming out with in early 2000s, mid 2000s, and we didn't have our own door. We were in a lot of boutiques, a lot of partner doors, which helped build the brand and helped build all these products. So everything evolved. And eventually, we wanted to have a door as a company where we can house the whole entire collection under one roof, kind of like a one-stop shop where you can come and customize footwear, come and see the best of the best of what apparel we're offering. And there is a sort of special customizing opportunity here at 21 Mercer, which is the Bespoke, right? So that's kind of our golden ticket here, Bespoke. It's a customization program centered around the Air Force One. That's one of our most iconic styles. And you get to sit down with the designer and literally build a shoe from the ground up. Well, I have absolutely no sort of sense of design, or I might as well be colorblind, I might as well be a dog, because I have no sense of any of that. So I'm kind of terrified of this whole experience, because I think I'm going to come up with one of those vomit shoes. It'll just look like I took everything and threw it together and then added some glitter to try and make it look pretty. So I'm hoping that your designer is going to help me walk through this process. He'll walk
As you can
through
see,
it.
I'm already wringing my hands. I'm so nervous. There's some cool materials back there. You'll come up with something good, and he'll help you out. All right. Well, I'm going to trust you, and since you're the head coach, I have to listen to you, right? Yeah, it's the Just Josh Bespoke. Okay, so I'm here with Izzy, who is one of the designers here for Bespoke, and he's going to show me how to put together a shoe. And as I was telling head coach Dave, I practically am colorblind, so I don't even know the first thing about design or how, I don't know, I somehow in my gayness lost that gene somewhere along the way. It's embarrassing. So I need your help.
That's all right. I think we're going to do fine with that.
Okay.
I'll make sure that your colors are coordinated. First, creating a palette with what you see here.
Okay.
Making sure that our palette makes sense before we put it on the shoe. So we can start off by having a conversation. Talk to me about what kind of things you like.
You know, I like sort of bright, poppy colors.
Okay. Do you have a favorite color?
You know, sort of in the sort of blues and purples and,
all right.
You know.
Well, I'm a big fan of purple as well. Looking at all the materials here, we can kind of do process of elimination.
No.
No browns.
No.
None of the faux exotics here.
No. No. I mean, I do like the cork.
Cork is interesting. We have denim, if you're interested in that. This is a very dark blue. The white here is really nice because it's not so stark white. like this. If you wanted a stark white, we have this leather, which we can perforate this in this way also.
No, I kind of like this sort of just slightly toned white.
Try and focus on just what you've chosen here, so we can compare everything to it and see what combinations of these materials you like the best.
Yeah, I like those.
I think this makes for a really nice palette. And you like the denim here. So working with something like this, we don't absolutely need to have a secondary accent, as the blue works pretty well, but if we want to put a little purple in there, we can.
Okay.
And that purple doesn't have to cover a large area of the shoe. It could be, you know, a little accent on the midsole here. It could be a stitch, lace.
Okay, cool.
There's several different ways that we can break up the shoe. You can break it up in a way like this, where you're monochromatic in a way, and your accents kind of are blocked off in the shoe in a certain way where it's balanced out. A shoe like this, I favor a little bit more, where you've got one color and then your accents are coming through in a very balanced manner. And then this one is an example of, although it's brown, of how you can have a dark color on the shoe, but then still make it seem like it's bright. So I was thinking, normally we have, if we have denim on the shoe, it would overlay, being because it's darker, and then have your lighter color in the middle. Right?
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then from there, just to have a good flow, I would continue the denim up to what we call the eye stay.
Right, so like this part.
Exactly.
Cool.
So the entire rear of the shoe, we can have white from here on, kind of giving you this half and half effect. We've got blue dominant in the front of the shoe, and then light in the rear. And then with the swoosh, we can kind of bring this color back, and then even accent it with an outline in the lighter blue.
I like that.
Midsoles or the outsoles of your shoe, do you like to sit on top of a light colored bottom or a dark bottom?
Excuse me?
All right, I kind of saw
You lost me.
Yeah, you kind of left the building a little there. I think we have a pretty good idea as to how we want the shoe to look. And then from there, I'll go to my sketch here and kind of diagram out what we chose, kind of a visual way to jot down our notes. And then from there, I'll take it and render it on the computer so you can get a realization of what it will look like. So we picked here the rubberized blue, and we have the denim, which we call black denim because it's on the darker side. It's really not purely black. And then we're gonna put the denim on what we call the tip of the shoe. And it also is going on the eye stay, running up. The rubberized blue is gonna go here on our toe box or vamp. If you wanna get a little more technical. Our quarter panel here is gonna have this nice Corapel leather. And we're gonna repeat that on the foxing as well. The foxing is what we call the rear of the shoe. So we've got the swoosh here where that's gonna have our rubberized blue again. And we're gonna outline that with a nice beautiful turquoise here. And that is called a stroller leather in turquoise, and we're gonna use the reverse side. I'm gonna hold up the materials that we have chosen and put them up against a few different midsoles. I had in mind as I was kind of going through the shoe, what it is a clear rubber that we've poured here, and we painted the inside black. So I thought that this would fit with what we chose.
Yeah, I love it.
We're done here, and I basically kind of rendered the shoe, and I think it looks pretty nice.
Awesome. That looks amazing. That's a great shoe. I love it.
That's an attestament to what we did in the program here, and I'm glad that we were able to fulfill your taste, and I can see that you like it, and so there it is. My job is done.
I think it's a testament to your creativity, but no, it's great. I love it.
But now we can take it a step further and write something on there. I think just Josh would probably be appropriate. And lastly, what size are you?
10?
Size 10.
Well, I cannot thank you enough. This was so incredible, and I love what you did. And
It's my pleasure.
I highly recommend that everybody come down here and pay a visit to Izzy. It's a really wonderful experience. Completely superseded anything that I ever thought, and I was really excited to come in this morning. So that's amazing. So thank you so much. It was
You're welcome.
Real pleasure and really fun.
All right.
My shoes are gonna be awesome. I can't wait to show them to you. So next up, we head inside to the studio where I sit down with actor Leslie Jordan to talk about his new off-Broadway hit, The Lucky Guy. And he's even going to give us some inside backstage secrets about what happened on the set of Will and Grace. So today I'm sitting here with the amazing and lovable Leslie Jordan, who's in town doing an off-Broadway play. You probably know him from thousands of appearances on TV, most notably the kind and wonderful nemesis to Keren Walker on Will and Grace. Thank you so much for coming and chatting with us today. So you're doing this off-Broadway play here at the Little Schubert Theater.
It's called Lucky Guy. It's a musical. I neither sing nor dance, but I'm
Well,
surrounded with like Kyle Dean Macy, who's just amazing with his big voice, and Varla Jean Merman, who has a big voice. Everybody has a big voice, but me. But I have a big voice, and what I make up for in pitch, I make up for in enthusiasm.
I see.
So I was looking for something to do after doing my one-man shows for years. I'm so tired of talking about myself. To be an actor for hire, and this fell in my lap. You know, Willard Beckham wrote this piece almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
He's had productions of it. I mean, it's been around so long. Faith Prince was the ingenue at
Oh,
one
wow.
point. I mean, it's been around a while.
Well, that tells you how old it is.
But I read reviews of the Mormon play and this and everything. That's not us. This ain't edgy. It's just fun. It's country western music. It's big gospel numbers. We have a number that brings the house down at the. I was backstage and I said, not since Jennifer Holliday have we had an act break like that one, with angels that fly and a gospel number that you wouldn't believe. We're getting standing ovations every night in previews. We're doing a lot of nipping and tucking and updating some of the jokes, because it is, an older piece, but a lot of fun.
And you just never stop. I mean, I think I mentioned as I came in, I saw your show a couple years ago up in Provincetown. I see it wherever I go, because I'm on the road a lot for work too. I see, Leslie Jordan's appearing here, you're there, you're on this TV show, you're in this film, and now you're doing this off-Broadway show. Do you ever stop?
Well, I loved the scene with Joan Rivers, where in her documentary, where she leafs through the appointment book, and if there's a blank page, I have to keep the ship afloat. It's just me, but I recently bought my sweet mother a house. I now have a mortgage in Tennessee and this and that, and things come to me now, which is a lot easier. I get offers. I got a call right after I did my one-man show here, and it was an offer for a feature. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe Tom Cruise gets offers. I don't know. Not me. I audition even now. I go in and beg and plead and audition. Mr. Spielberg is producing this movie called The Help, and it's going to star Emma Stone and Viola Davis and all these names. And wow, I happen to have known the director, and it comes out August the 14th.
Wow.
It is testing higher. It's DreamWorks' next big picture, testing higher than The Color Purple or the Forrest Gump.
Wow. So
it's going to be a big one.
Very
Fell in my
exciting.
lap, that one, So things are, I love the fact that now I'm getting to do theater and film, and TV is kind of, I don't know. I won that Emmy and then it just all went in the toilet.
See, that's what happens. It was your curse. Well, do you have a preference? Like you said, you've done a ton of television. You won an Emmy Award for your appearances on Will and Grace. You've done your own show. You've done other shows. Do you prefer moving around between mediums, or?
I do, because you get bored quickly. But the perfect medium for me is probably a situation comedy, because we work in front of a live audience, and yet you get that money, that TV money. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yes, that TV money.
Because when I look at my paycheck every week, and I think to myself, 8 performances a week.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to live like a monk.
Yes.
I mean, I'm constantly on vocal rest. It's your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I kept thinking, why did that actor come from Entourage and cause so much trouble, and then leave? And I thought, now I understand. I'm ready to tell him anything. Mercury poisoning, please get me out of here. I can't do. And, of course, he was probably out till 4 a.m., at bars and things.
And when you were on Will and Grace, did they know what they wanted for your character of Beverly Leslie, or did that sort of evolve between you
They
and
had
Megan?
written it for Joan Collins, believe it or not. They
Oh,
had written
really?
this part where she was going to steal Rosario the maid, and they were going to get in a fight, her and Karen Walker, and they were going to pull each other's wigs off. And apparently there was a problem with Miss Collins getting her wig pulled off, so they rewrote the character. Beverly Leslie, kept the name. I auditioned. I just happened to walk in. And then it just slowly evolved into this kind of wonderful recurring role.
Amazing. And did you find, like, having done, I mean, your career spans so many television shows and all that stuff, but when you landed on Will and Grace, did that just suddenly, like, change everything? I mean, you're walking down the street, you can't, you know.
Well, it was funny. Early on, I would have people stop me, like straight guys, and they'd go, what, oh, my girlfriend watches that show. My wife. And by the end, you know, these perfectly mixed, oh, you're funny on that show, you're funny on that show. So I saw this sort of arc. I'm so proud that being an openly gay man, I was a part of a show that I think did so much for my tribe. You know, people welcome these characters into their homes. Gay characters for the first, we laughed, we loved, a lot of progress was made. It was funny, one of the producers said to me, do you ever get recognized? And I said, Max, do I ever get recognized? I said, when I go to places like P-Town or Key West, it's like I'm Madonna. I can't get down the street. He goes, are you kidding? I mean, he said, I thought the character would be popular. I said, no, you don't understand. It's wildly popular.
That's funny, because it is. I mean, you know, it did become iconic, and you know, especially played by an openly gay actor, it's rare. I mean, It is rare. And what is that like? I mean, what is your feeling about being an openly gay actor in Hollywood? Is it getting easier, not getting easier? Should people do it?
It's funny. I've never given it a second thought. I stepped off a bus in '82, and immediately, a joke, someone said to me, you need to get a Jewish manager and a gay agent. Then you got Hollywood covered. And I got a Jewish gay agent and a Jewish manager. They were hilarious. They're like a comedy team, fighting back and forth. And so, having always had gay representation, the phone would ring, and there was no hemming around. You know,
Right.
Feet on the ground. I got an audition today. Feet on the ground, Leslie. Hands at the side. You know, don't butch it up, honey, for this one. So it was always very wink, wink. Right. You know, they used to use terms for gay like nebbish. Mama's boy. They're looking for someone a little fey, a little light, you know, and there was a group of us. We would sit there, and then now we're at this point where I'm not really offered anything but who cares? Mm-hmm. You know, who cares? I hear young actors say, oh, I don't want to be typecast. I go, yes, you do. You want to be typecast because then you'll work. Right. And I don't know about you, but I'm way past. I don't think twice about it, you know. I am so comfortable in my skin right now, and it's from doing those one-man shows. I mean, I'm closer to my authentic self right now than I've ever been. You know, I am what I am, and, you know, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, that's your problem. And
well, I think that's one of the things that, I think people absolutely connect to and respond to, straight or gay, with not just your character of Beverly Leslie, but you as an actor, Leslie Jordan. And I want to thank you for taking time out of your crazy busy schedule, doing all those things, to stop by and chat with me. And good luck with the play. It's called Lucky Guy. It's playing at the Little Schubert Theater here in New York City off Broadway. And thank you so much again for everything. You know, as an openly gay man working in the entertainment industry, you are the shoulders we stand on for the kids of tomorrow. So thank you.
This little gay, what this guy told my mother one time, said, your son's a little gay Rosa Parks.
A gay Rosa Parks, and there you have it. Oh my God, I love him so much. Isn't he great? Next up, I'm going to head down to the Lower East Side, where I'm going to roll up my sleeves and put on my gloves and handle some meat. And the guys behind the counter at Katz's famous deli are going to show me how to stack up a pastrami sandwich New York style. So watch this. So today I'm here at Katz's Deli, one of the most famous spots in New York City, probably more famous than even, I would say, the Empire State Building or the Chrysler Building. Certainly been here longer, and I'm here with one of the future owners, Jake Dells, who's going to tell us all about everything we ever wanted to know about Katz's Deli and
more.
so forth, and more. So, well, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
And
Thank you for
sitting
coming.
down and chatting with us today. So tell us about Katz's Deli. Like, it has been here for a long time.
Been here 123 years. We've always been family run and operated. We actually started off as a small store across the street, and when they built the subway at the turn of the century, we had to move over here.
Oh, wow.
And the original store over here, the entrance was on Ludlow Street, and it's the part of the store you actually can't see. It's now our main walk-in fridge. It's where we do all the pickling. We make all our own corned beef. Everything you see in the store, we make.
Wow. I mean, I've been to Katz's. I had no idea. It's crazy busy. It's the middle of the day on a Wednesday. Is it always like this?
Thank God, yes, right now.
Thank God.
I always suggest for New Yorkers to come in weekdays, nights. That's usually the best time. It's a little slower, a little more manageable. You don't get yelled at, you don't get abused as much.
As much.
I mean, you still get, that's part of it.
That is part of the charm.
If you didn't get yelled at.
Exactly.
But-
I mean, I dragged my mom here a few years back. We were shopping down on Broadway, and it was the middle of winter, and I dragged her, like, we got to go to Katz's, and she was so happy to have like a traditional corned beef sandwich and a pickle. So.
I mean, that's part of it, is people come here, nostalgia, everything's the same as it was. They remember it when their parents took them here, when their grandparents took them here. The back wall those are the same neon signs we've had since the 50s.
Wow.
You know, nothing's changed here, nothing will ever change here.
If you had only had a time-lapse camera from the time you began, like what you would have seen, like the changes in the neighborhood, like you said, not even just moving across the
It's
street.
unbelievable. Over 123 years, this neighborhood has really, really changed. I mean, it was always an immigrant neighborhood. It was always the center of everything, of Jewish life. This block alone had 5 delis on it.
Wow.
I mean, now not so much, but real old world New York. The kind of New York that you saw in, Gangs of New York or something like that. That was this.
I wish I could get in a time machine and go back and see that for just 1 second.
Me too.
And what would you say, like, why has Katz's sort of stood the test of time?
The quality of the food, for starters. I mean, we haven't changed anything. We believe that people don't come to see us, they come to eat their food because it's that good. And yes, I mean, I have a beautiful face, and I know that a lot of people are going to come in after seeing this. So, but at the end of the day, it's the restaurant.
So one of the things that's also really great about Katz's is that it's been seen in many movies, including When Harry Met Sally, the famous scene with Rob Reiner's mom.
That scene stands out in people's mind, and that then we have couples that come in on a weekly basis. And
Wow.
Full-fledged, and hey, if you do it well, we'll applaud. But
Really?
if you
If
half-ass
not?
it, we're gonna boo you.
And all right, and what's the deal with the tickets?
All right.
They hand you this ticket when you come in, and everybody is terrified of losing the ticket.
You should be terrified.
Why? What happened?
We keep you here.
Forever.
I'm not
You become
kidding.
pickled.
How do you think that guy started working out? It's our only way of keeping track of everyone. In this chaos and madness that is Katz's, that's your check.
This is our
Whatever
check.
you get, they put the price on there. So if it's nice and blank like yours is, that's it. You can leave for free. It's got money on it, that's how we know. So
what happens
you
if
lose it, we keep you.
We end up working here, right? So you're gonna.
There is a fee for lost tickets.
Is there really?
There really is.
How much is that fee?
Minimum of $50.
Fantastic.
Depends if you're an asshole to me or not, then it could go up.
Oh, I can't believe it's that. When people come for the first time, like, what can they expect? What do you hope they take away?
First, don't take anything too personally if you get abused or anything like that.
That's part of the
It's-
experience. It absolutely
You
is.
know, we dish it out a little bit, as long as you can take it. The real thing I would say is enjoy. And if it's your first time, you'll always remember it. So really enjoy it. Eat the food, leave full, leave happy, and then come again.
And come again. Yes, well, I have to say, I no doubt that you will leave full, you will leave happy, and have a great experience. So now you're going to show me a little bit of what happens behind the scenes here at the Katz's Deli. So I think I'm ready for that.
Sounds good.
All right. So you're going to show us how to make a famous Katz's pastrami sandwich, correct?
John here's gonna help me.
Okay.
All right. So the pastrami is kept in the steam tanks here after they're cooked up.
Oh.
You can see, usually, depending on the time of day, this is filled to the brim. Right now it's a little bit slower, so we have a little bit less in there.
And you were telling me, how long does it take for it actually to
It takes
become
about 4 hours in the
pastrami?
back. It's cured, and then it's smoked, and it comes back, and it's boiled, and then it's kept in these steam tanks until it's ready to go. Now you got a nice, hot, juicy piece of pastrami. When you look at the whole pastrami here, you got two pieces. You got a lean side, a juicy side. You got to make sure you divide it up properly. If you split it open, it actually rests on top of each other. And the middle part is an inedible, what's known as a silver skin that you have to carve out.
Wow, okay. Oh my God, that looks
That's
amazing.
nice and, that's a fairly lean piece right there.
Looks delicious.
But the real flavor is in the juicy side.
All right, so you're practically a surgeon here. That looks amazing. You were talking about the way you carve. You should see me. I'd be like,
See, a lot of this piece over here is actually inedible, and that's part of it. That's why we have to hand carve it. We couldn't just throw it on a machine because it's just a rubbery, inedible piece.
yeah, that doesn't look so good.
So that just gets tossed, and you get the real flavorful, juicy pastrami on there.
From the lean and the,
You want to try cutting a piece?
all right, lean it that way. Oh, I see, oh, okay. Like, ooh,
You would never make it back here.
why too slow?
Oh, that's it. You're gone.
Watch it, I still have a knife. And I took samurai sword fighting last week, so, oh, see, now I just destroyed that part.
All right, so let him show you how to assemble a sandwich.
Okay.
After that atrocious performance.
And that's what they get. Is that really the actual size of a sandwich? That looks delicious. What can I say?
There you have it. Nice juicy pastrami sandwich. Those are real pickles right there. And then of course you got the pickled tomatoes. Not for
Beautiful.
everyone, but
Well, there you have it. Amazing. Well, there you have it. A special thanks to everyone here at Katz's, especially Jake. Remember, we're on the corner of East Houston and Ludlow, so come on down and have a great experience here. It's all about family, and with that, I'm going to share this special pastrami sandwich with my sister. But hey, where's my ticket? Shit, I think I work here now. Anyway, we love Katz's. There is no way I could have eaten that whole sandwich, so thankfully my sister was there to help me out. Anyway, that about does it for today. Remember, if you want to write to me, you can always email me at justjosh@heretv.com. So thanks for tuning in, and a special thanks to my guests today, and I'll see you on the next episode when I bring you more fun and exciting things that are happening around New York City. We've got a great show for you in store. Today I sit down with actor Beverly Leslie, who's starring in the off-Broadway hit Lucky Guy. You may recognize Beverly Leslie. Did I say Beverly Leslie? Crazy New York what? Fun. Woo! See, people think this is really easy to do. First, no, not first, because the first thing is Nike. God. What's his name? Beverly Leslie. It's so confusing because I should have just taken 5 minutes to learn them a little bit better. No. Forgot. I'm back with more. Is that right? No. Oh. I can see what kind of day this is going to be. I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing about how much I love New York City, but I had one of those quintessential New York City experiences today, which makes me just love the city even more. On my way into work today, I was riding the subway, and sitting on my right was a gentleman reading a Korean newspaper, and on the left was a gentleman reading an Italian newspaper, and standing in front of me, somebody was reading the New York Times. And all three cover stories had the same photo of what's happening in Greece right now. And it reminded me just how diverse our culture is here in New York City, and how we're exposed to so many different things every single day, just as we're commuting to work. And I have to say, it's an experience that you're not going to get in almost any other city in the world. So I love it here. I encourage people to come here and enjoy it and experience it for themselves. And remember, if you come, look me up and I will show you some of my favorite things in person.